Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GBAtemp's first look at Worms Rumble, the latest spin-off by Team 17 for the beloved Worms series. I'm sure most people here are at least vaguely familiar with the series, as it has been around for quite a while. Gosh, I remember having it on Windows XP way back in the day. I'm just going to take a look through the menu here, show all the customization, and then I'll hop into a game and show you what it's like. This is a what would you call it? An arena shooter, I guess? It's an action game, so a bit of a far cry from their usual turn-based. You have, you start with actually quite a bit of worm customization. Most of it's already unlocked. You can, yeah, there we go. Give them teeth, give them emotes. I don't have emotes. These are unlocked later. I think these are victory emotes. I'm actually not too sure. Styles are just outfits. Well, there's only really the winter outfits. I don't have anything unlocked since they are mostly higher level stuff. Headwear, there's quite a few headwears. You'll unlock them over time. I think you also get some by doing little quests, fulfilling objectives, and you're able to buy these hats. I think I had to buy this one. Facewear. There's quite a bit of customization. Oh, and the voices. They're missing most of the good voices, which is a little sad. I think their sound banks are probably the best thing they have in a Worms game. And they just... oh, and then there's the announcer. They've got maybe, I don't know, like a third of their sound bank? I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do more. Backgrounds, you can... oh, this is your title card. Other players will see this when you're matching in. The only thing I have unlocked is games played, so I just equip that on everything. Weapons, all weapons are just unlocked. You find them in the field, or in the map, but you can customize them so they'll look different when you pick them up. It's not a lot of customizations for weapons. I mean, it's decent. It's an okay amount. I'll also unlock the weapons actually level up individually. Your profile will level up, which will get the worm stuff, and then your weapons will level up, and that'll get each weapon will get skins. I think they're all basically identical. They're all the same skin at the same level, just for different weapons. Yeah, it's definitely what they did. There is DLC, which is a little annoying. This game does cost money, and I feel like it costing money is hurting it because it really limits the player base, and for a purely online game, that's really the biggest thing that always kills them, is losing player base. So I feel like they should have either done this, either added free content updates like these, or just done DLC and made it free to play. I think that would have been the better way to go about it. But they are cute. There are some cute ones, like the cats and dog one. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna hop into a game here. I'll cut over, because it does take a substantial amount of time. It's usually, it's not too, it really varies. It depends. At peak times, it's usually only about 30 seconds for deathmatch. There are multiple game modes. By multiple, I mean basically two. There's deathmatch and team deathmatch, and then last squad and last worm. Last worm is almost a BR type of thing, and I know a lot of people are probably turning their nose up as I say that. It's actually very fun. It's really fun, but nobody plays it. It's terrible. I spent about 5-10 minutes in a queue, and there was like 8 of us. I don't even think there was 8. It was like 5 or 6 maybe. And we loaded into the BR map, and it was huge, and it was fun. It's one life, but it's just not worth. It's just not worth going in, because you only get one life, and if you lose, you get pretty much nothing. So it's too bad. It's too bad it's not populated. But Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch are both very well populated. They populate pretty fast. Like I said, it's usually about 30 seconds at peak, maybe a minute or 2 not at peak, which is not great, but not terrible either. Alright, so I'm going to hop into a match, and I'll see you in there. Alright, looks like we found a match, and it took about 55 seconds like I thought. Just gonna load in. I am doing this voiceover after the fact because it's a little hard to talk and play at the same time. As you'll see, there's a okay spread of players. There's no matchmaking whatsoever. You get ranked with any ranks, rank 50s. There's always at least a few rank 50s in a match. But it's not too bad, honestly. It's a pretty fair game, so even if they're ranked 50, you're on a pretty even playing field. So there is quite a bit of playing with momentum in this game. You saw me rolling around, and you get pretty fast if you do it properly. And I got wrecked because I only had a pistol. I hate that starting pistol. I am using a gamepad as opposed to a mouse and keyboard. I just find it more comfortable for most of the movement. The only time it's kind of annoying is the bat. Your melee attack it's a little awkward to because they're both on the same side of the controller. Hit B and aim at the same time. Really need to get a better gun. That's a jetpack I just picked up. I always forget I have these things. I always pick them up and I never see them. Jetpacks do have fuel, but they have quite a bit of fuel. The shield it's terrible and amazing at the same time. It blocks attacks, but its attack itself is pretty weak. I usually have a lot of fun with it because people just blast into it and do absolutely nothing and just slam them against the wall. They use a special ammunition, so usually you won't have a whole lot of ammo. That's a banana grenade. I'm sure some will recognize it. That thing is amazing. It's probably the best grenade. There is a holy hand grenade, but you can only carry one holy hand grenade, 2 bananas, or 3 regular. But the banana is just amazing. It just spreads out and just does so much damage. Though usually, if you're not careful, you'll damage yourself. Looks like I got a bazooka. Another great weapon. It does about 50 damage. Oh, it does exactly 50 damage. So you 2-shot a worm if you don't run into their grenade like an idiot. There's a holy hand grenade. Nice. So you can roll, as you see, and you have stamina. You can wall jump, and that also uses a small amount of stamina. Rolling uses the most. You can't do either if you don't have stamina, and you just have to not do an action, and it'll fill up pretty fast. Oh. Shotgun, I just switched up the plasma rifle. That thing is terrible. It's a special weapon, but it is just... It has a charge time, and it's a small projectile. It does a ton of damage if you actually hit things with it, and it'll bounce, but it's not great. Here I'm whiffing about 37 shotgun shots. The shotgun in the air, in my defense, not the greatest thing. I don't know how I survived that. That is a miracle. There's an HP pack here. You can use these to fully restore your HP with a small delay. Or not, was it full? I wasn't paying attention. You restored either all or most of your HP. So this guy made the mistake of chasing me. That's never a good idea. Don't ever chase somebody, because this will happen to you. And goodbye. I love the holy hand grenade. So I still think the banana will just outright kill people, but the holy hand grenade is really hard to avoid because it's just a massive explosion. Those are turrets. There's a turret gun. You can place down up to 3 turrets. They'll stick to things. They're pretty fun. They're mostly annoying though. You almost never get kills with it. It's a lot better in the team mode, which I will also show a match of after this one. Oh, did I get him? Oh no. That is a hidden area. These things, you can only see into them when you're in them. So they're good for ambushes. And they're quite annoying, honestly. They're a little too good to camp in. I will admit, I've done that before. You can get a ridiculous, it's like a barrage of rockets. I usually just hide an event with that, and I just get a million kills. It's great. You do spawn with different weapons. Usually you'll spawn with that pistol, but sometimes you'll spawn with a shotgun or the assault rifle. I don't think you can spawn with anything else, though. This map gets a little hectic in this center area. There's, most of the attention goes to this area. There are different maps, though. I think there's only 3. I want to say there's 3. There may be 4, but there's really not that many, which is too bad. I hope they add some more. I guess it depends how well this game does. which is on Steam, not very well. I think I skipped the end of this match like an idiot, but at the end of my next match, you can see people's Steam icons. It's usually in a match of 20, maybe 2, maybe 3 people. It's usually very few, which is too bad because it is a very fun game, but it is also oh, I don't want to say anything. I think it's about $30, $20. It's expensive for a purely online game. And if you turn off crossplay, you will never find a match on PC. You just won't. You'll find a match with like 5 people, maybe. But most people have crossplay on, so I don't even think you'll match with them. Oh, and that's the end of the first match. That was quick. I didn't place in the top, but, well, I'll give it another shot in the next team match. Alright, looks like we found a match pretty fast this time. It took about 30 seconds. Have a bit of a better spread this time, only a few high levels, mostly low levels and some mid levels. That might have been just my team. As you can see, there's a few differences. There is that gas that I rolled into like an idiot. It's pretty much just like any other BR game. It's just to keep you in a specific area to keep the action high. It's a bit of an odd choice. I don't really understand it, but it works. It does keep the action up. It keeps you out of the narrower areas on this map. I have the Big Daddy rocket launcher, as you can see there. It only had 1 ammo, but it shoots a bunch of rockets. I think they do about 10 damage each, so they cause quite a bit of chaos. There's ninja rope at work. You can do some awesome things with ninja rope. I love it in this game. I got a little too close to the enemy and I just ninja rope my way out. This map is just chaos, and unfortunately it's the same as the one I did in the single player. I only noticed that in post. Oh. There's not a lot of areas, as you can see. The gas is all over the place. You pretty much can only go here, so it is just utter madness. Everyone's here. Later on in the match, it's just a little stupid. You'll see. There's a lot of grenades. A lot of grenades in this map, apparently. Yeah, I picked up some grenades, some ammo. The assault rifle's a nice, simple weapon. Does quite a bit of damage. Me blowing myself up. Not a lot of enemies. As you can see on the mini-map, you can always see your teammates, and you can only see the enemies when they shoot. It's like that in the regular as well, just with the teammates. There's the Big Daddy rocket launcher again. I always pick it up, and I never seem to make it work unless I'm stealthing in vents, which you can't do in this mode. Trying to protect my AFK brethren, mostly out of self-preservation for our points, so unfortunately I did not succeed. Grabbed a turret gun. I can never make good use of this thing. Some people do some great things. I can never find a good spot for it. There's a guy trying to use the plasma rifle. It is possible to get shields. That guy I just hit had a blue health bar. That's from a shield. It's like the health drink, but it boosts your shield instead. Oh, I got the sheep gun. Again, with only 1 ammo. Terrible. It's a great weapon, though. The sheep will run towards targets, and you can actually destroy them, but they do a ton of damage if they get near you. Me trying and failing to use the plasma rifle. It's so bad. I try so often, and it just never works out. There, see though, I did 58 damage. Ridiculous. It does so much damage, but it's a very difficult weapon to use. ran back to the turret gun, trying to do something with it. I blew up that guy's turrets. The old trusty shotgun. I'm trying to pick up the shield here. Did not succeed. Just ended up throwing a billion grenades. I noticed there's a million grenades, so I just started spamming the grenade button. It's a miracle I survived that. There were a lot of bananas going off. The jetpack's actually really good on this map because it's so open and you can't go into any of the closed areas. I think I derp around the shield for a while here. You can see I have 95 reserve ammo. Ridiculous. I've never had that much ammo with this thing before. I think it's just because there's such a pile of weapons in the middle. Shield not serving me very well. I don't know what I thought it was. It kind of works here. I'm beating the crap out of some guys. Not quite there though. It's a fun weapon, but very hard to use properly. What a pile of loot. Holy crap. It's a little chaotic trying to pick up. See, I'm just starting to spam. A fantastic strategy when you don't bounce them off the enemy and back into yourself. I think that pretty much just became my strategy. Just go in and just spam grenades. It's pretty much Halo Rumble Arena in here. Oh. And that is the end of that. Easy win, boys. So this time I'll actually go through the stats. As you can see, I was the only Steam player. Amazing. The other team was a bit understaffed. They probably quit pretty close to the end though. The numbers don't really matter this much in this mode, honestly. It's so chaotic and you're all clumped together anyway. And see, this will go through all the damage and eliminations. Even time held gives a little bit. And every time you level up, you get a skin. Should pop up. I used pretty much every weapon. I can't think of one I didn't use at least once. There, see, I got some new skins, and that's about it. Alright, well that's about it for me. There's not really much more to show in this game. Honestly, it's a ton of fun. It's just a great, simple game, and I enjoy it quite a bit, and I usually don't like the Worm spin-offs. Usually they're a little janky. But this one's it just feels great to play. It's really enjoyable, and right now there's at least a decent player base. Luckily, you can cross-play, because as I showed, there's basically no one on PC playing, which is unfortunate. It's not too expensive, and I have no idea what it costs or if it's free on consoles. I haven't even checked. But it's a great game to pick up if you're interested. And you will be able to find matches, and hopefully, I really hope they add more content, more maps, more weapons. There's so many possibilities. Even some more modes, anything. I'll take anything, Team 17. It's a great game. It's a great base, and I really hope that they're not discouraged by the somewhat smaller player base, because there are at least enough to keep the game going. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below, either in the YouTube video or on GBAtemp. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. No, Chari, my outro, why?